Welcome back to the channel. Today, we will explore a very important topic for health: the hidden connection between fast food and America's obesity epidemic. Obesity isn't just about appearance. It's about health, mobility, energy, and quality of life. And in the United States, this issue has quietly grown into a national crisis. Today, more than 40% of American adults are classified as obese, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. What's even more alarming? The rates among children and teenagers are climbing just as fast. The question is, how did we get here? We live in the most advanced era in human history. We have more access to information than ever before. And yet, our diets are making us sicker, heavier, and more tired by the day. At the center of this problem lies one powerful player: the fast food industry. Fast food has become a daily habit for millions of Americans. A 2020 CDC report revealed that over 36% of US adults consume fast food on any given day. Think about that. More than 1 in 3 adults pick up a burger, fries, or fried chicken as a normal part of life. But here's the kicker. The way fast food is designed, marketed, and priced makes it nearly impossible for many people to resist. If you find this content helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to Daily Energy to catch more health-focused videos like this. And tell us in the comments, how often do you find yourself eating fast food, and what makes it hard to cut back? The normalization of unhealthy eating. To understand obesity in America, we have to talk about how fast food became so normalized. Drive down almost any major road in the US, and you'll pass half a dozen fast food chains within a few minutes. They're everywhere, in malls, airports, schools, even hospitals. These aren't just places to grab a bite. They're institutions, woven into our routines. Busy parents grabbing a quick meal for the kids, teenagers hanging out with friends, employees on lunch breaks, and it all feels normal. But here's the deeper issue. The more normal fast food becomes, the harder it is to recognize its long-term consequences. One combo meal doesn't seem like a big deal, but when it's happening 3-5 times a week, every week, year after year, that's when the body starts to break down. Calories, sugar, and portion sizes. Fast food isn't inherently evil, but it is engineered to deliver maximum taste with minimal nutrition. A typical fast food meal can pack over 200 calories, 50 grams of fat, and 80 grams of sugar, often more than the recommended daily intake in a single sitting. Here's a quick breakdown. A large McDonald's Big Mac meal with fries and soda equals 1,450 calories. Popeye's chicken sandwich plus fries equals 1,200 calories. Taco Bell's combo meals can range from 900 to 1,500 calories. Now consider this. The average adult needs around 2,000 calories per day to maintain weight. One fast food meal can eat up 60 to 70% of your daily intake, leaving little room for anything else, especially if you're not doing regular physical activity. But it's not just the calories. The ultra-processed ingredients in fast food, refined oils, added sugars, preservatives, disrupt hormones that control hunger and metabolism. That's why people often feel tired, bloated, or even hungrier after a fast food meal. The cycle of convenience and cost. Why do so many people still choose fast food, even when they know it's unhealthy? 2 words: cost and convenience. Let's be real, fast food is cheap. You can grab a meal for $5, sometimes even less. Compare that to a salad bar or fresh groceries, and it's easy to see why families on tight budgets choose fast food. Time is another factor. Cooking a healthy dinner takes planning, prep, and cleanup. After a long day of work, who has the energy? This is where the fast food industry thrives. It offers an immediate solution to hunger, but the long-term cost is far greater. Rising medical bills, chronic fatigue, poor sleep, low energy, and increased risk for diabetes and heart disease. The health impact, it's not just about weight. Here's something important to understand. Obesity isn't just a cosmetic issue. It's a full-body health condition. Excess body fat, especially around the abdomen, increases the risk for type 2 diabetes, heart disease and high blood pressure, certain types of cancer, breast, colon, kidney, fatty liver disease, sleep apnea, joint and mobility problems. And the impact isn't just physical. Studies show that individuals who struggle with obesity are more likely to experience depression and anxiety, low self-esteem, social stigma or discrimination. The fast food industry doesn't advertise this part. They don't show the long-term effects in their commercials. But the truth is, the convenience of fast food today can lead to serious consequences tomorrow. Obesity and children, a growing concern. Perhaps the most heartbreaking trend is what's happening with children. The CDC reports that nearly 1 in 5 kids in the US is obese. That's over 14 million children facing a future of health problems before they even reach adulthood. Fast food meals for kids are loaded with sodium, sugar, and unhealthy fats. And with colorful toys, cartoon mascots, and fun packaging, it's easy to see how children form emotional attachments to these meals early on. Even worse, habits formed in childhood often follow us into adulthood. When kids grow up thinking fast food is a normal dinner, they're more likely to continue that pattern for life. So where do we go from here? Obesity didn't happen overnight, and reversing it won't either. But awareness is the first step. By understanding how fast food contributes to this crisis, we can begin to make smarter choices. It doesn't mean you have to give up your favorite treats forever. It means recognizing how often you're eating them, what's in them, and what your body truly needs to thrive. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Small, consistent changes in your eating habits can lead to big shifts in energy, health, and well-being. In the next section, we'll dive into how fast food is scientifically designed to keep you addicted, and why breaking free is harder than you think. Section 2. The science of addiction. Over time, the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making, becomes less active. This makes it harder to resist temptations, make healthy choices, or plan ahead. You might start noticing more impulsive eating, harder time feeling satisfied, increased cravings even when full. This is why obesity is not just a behavior issue, it's a neurological condition, deeply tied to food environment and exposure. How to break the cycle. Here's the good news. Just as the brain can be conditioned into unhealthy habits, it can be retrained toward healthier ones. Breaking the fast food addiction doesn't require perfection. It requires small, intentional shifts that add up over time. Try these steps. Eat protein-rich meals. They stabilize blood sugar and reduce cravings. Stay hydrated. Many people mistake thirst for hunger. Keep healthy snacks available. Pre-cut veggies, nuts, boiled eggs, ready to grab. Add, don't subtract. Instead of focusing on cutting out all junk, focus on adding more whole foods. Practice mindful eating. Eat without screens and tune into hunger and fullness cues. Delay, not deny. If a craving hits, wait 10 minutes. It often passes. And perhaps most important, be compassionate with yourself. Breaking food habits is a journey, not a straight line. Progress happens with patience. In the next section, we'll explore how the fast food industry uses targeted marketing to manipulate consumers, especially children and vulnerable communities. Section 3. Marketing to the vulnerable. In the last section, we learned how fast food is scientifically engineered to keep us coming back for more. But behind the ingredients lies something even more powerful: marketing. The fast food industry doesn't just sell burgers and fries. It sells convenience, comfort, and culture. And it knows exactly who to target to build lifelong customers. Let's take a closer look at how advertising shapes eating habits and why certain groups are impacted far more than others. Billions spent to win your loyalty. Each year, the fast food industry spends over $11 billion on advertising in the United States alone. To put that in perspective, that's more than what the federal government spends on promoting fruits and vegetables. In fact, according to the Yale Rudd Center for Food Policy and Obesity, for every $1 spent by the USDA promoting healthy eating, the fast food industry spends $1,000 promoting processed foods. Who are they targeting with these billions? Children and teens, low-income families, communities of color. And it's not random, it's strategic. Let's break it down. Advertising to children, hooking customers for life. Children are among the most heavily targeted demographics in fast food marketing. Why? Because kids are impressionable, and if a brand captures their loyalty early, it often sticks for life. You've probably seen it. Bright packaging with cartoon characters, Happy Meals with toys, commercials during kids' TV shows. Games and apps linked to food brands. McDonald's alone spends hundreds of millions of dollars annually on marketing to children. The Ronald McDonald mascot? Designed not just to entertain, but to create emotional connection. Add a free toy to the mix, and suddenly fast food isn't just food. It's fun, exciting, even deserved. What's even more concerning is that children don't have the critical thinking skills to distinguish advertising from truth. By the time they reach age 8, many kids can recognize hundreds of brand logos. But they still don't fully understand how marketing works. And once the habit forms, it often continues into adulthood, targeting Black and Hispanic communities. Several major studies, including those by the Rudd Center, have shown that fast food companies disproportionately advertise to Black and Hispanic youth, often with messaging tied to identity, culture, and aspiration. In neighborhoods with large minority populations, there are more fast food billboards, more storefronts and drive-thrus, higher density of cheap, unhealthy food options. For example, research from the University of Connecticut found that Black children and teens saw more than twice as many TV ads for fast food as white youth. Latino youth also saw significantly more fast food ads in both English and Spanish. This isn't just about exposure, it's about influence. When kids grow up surrounded by fast food messaging and limited access to fresh food, it shapes their default eating habits. And that has long-term health consequences. The role of food deserts. In many low-income neighborhoods across the U.S., grocery stores are hard to find, but fast food, it's everywhere. These areas are known as food deserts, places where access to affordable, healthy food is limited or non-existent. In a food desert, the nearest full-service grocery store might be miles away. Transportation is limited. Corner stores sell mostly packaged or fried foods. Fast food becomes the only reliable option. It's easy to criticize dietary choices from the outside, but when you consider structural inequality, it becomes clear. For many families, fast food isn't just a choice, it's a necessity. That's what the fast food industry relies on, and that's what keeps the cycle going. Language, emotion, and the power of storytelling beyond logos and jingles, fast food marketing uses emotional storytelling to build loyalty. Think of common slogans: I'm loving it, McDonald's; Have it your way, Burger King; Live Moz, Taco Bell; It's finger-licking good, KFC. These phrases don't talk about food, they talk about feeling. The ads show happy families, successful athletes, smiling kids, cool teens, all enjoying fast food as part of a joyful, rewarding life. This messaging subtly suggests fast food equals belonging. Fast food equals reward. Fast food will see independence. Over time, these emotional associations become internalized. We don't just want a burger, we want what the burger represents. The digital shift, social media and influencer ads. Traditional TV ads still exist, but the game has changed. Fast food brands are now masters of social media marketing, especially on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Some of their tactics include collaborations with influencers, challenge campaigns, like the Popeyes chicken sandwich craze, memes and humor targeting Gen Z, hashtags and brand-specific emojis, sponsored content disguised as lifestyle vlogs. These methods reach people where they live digitally, often without them realizing it's marketing. It's stealthy, it's viral, and it works. According to a 2022 study by Common Sense Media, teens exposed to fast food marketing on social media are more likely to eat those foods later that week. That's how direct the link is between ad exposure and eating behavior. What can we do about it? We can't control everything the fast food industry does, but we can become more aware of how we're being targeted. That awareness gives us the power to pause and choose, rather than react automatically. Here are a few steps. Limit screen time for children, especially during shows with heavy food advertising. Talk about ads. Teach kids to recognize marketing tactics. Why do you think they showed a toy with that meal? Support local food programs. Many nonprofits work to bring grocery stores and gardens to food deserts. Vote with your dollar. Every time you choose a healthier option, you send a signal to the market. Be intentional. Notice your cravings. Are they real hunger or just triggered by an ad? Changing a food system this big takes time, but each individual choice helps push the needle toward a healthier, more equitable future. In the next section, we'll dig into what's really inside your favorite fast food meal, from hidden sugars to hormone disruptors, and how these ingredients affect your body at the cellular level. Section 4. What's really in your meal? Let's face it, fast food tastes good. The sizzle of the grill, the crunch of the fries, the sweetness of the soda. It all feels satisfying in the moment. But have you ever stopped to ask, what exactly am I putting into my body? This section is about pulling back the curtain. We're not just talking calories. We're going deeper into the ingredients, additives, and hidden chemicals that make up the average fast food meal. And more importantly, what those ingredients do inside your body over time. It starts with processed ingredients. Fast food isn't made in kitchens. It's made in labs and factories. To keep food cheap, consistent, and long-lasting, restaurants use heavily processed ingredients. Let's take a typical cheeseburger as an example. You might think it includes a beef patty, a bun cheese lettuce, tomato, onion condiments. But in reality, that burger can contain dozens of ingredients, including preservatives to prevent spoilage during storage and transport, fillers and extenders to bulk up meat or sauces, artificial colors and flavors to mimic real food and enhance appeal, emulsifiers to keep sauces and cheese smooth. Many of these chemicals have names you can't pronounce, like propyl gallate, sodium stearoyl lactylate, or TBHQ, tertiary butyl hydroquinone, and they don't exist in real whole foods. The sugar problem. Hiding in plain sight, we tend to associate sugar with dessert, but fast food is loaded with hidden sugar, even in items that aren't sweet. Here's where sugar hides. Burger buns, ketchup, BBQ sauce, honey mustard, chicken nugget coatings, salad dressings, breaded items like fried chicken or fish, beverages, especially soda, milkshakes, and sweet teas. Let's take a closer look. A McDonald's Big Mac has 9 grams of sugar from the bun and special sauce. A large Chick-fil-A sweet tea has 44 grams of sugar, more than a can of Coke. Wendy's BBQ sauce has 12 grams in just 2 tablespoons. Over time, these hidden sugars contribute to weight gain, insulin resistance, fatty liver disease, increased inflammation throughout the body, and because sugar spikes your blood sugar quickly, it also causes crashes, leading to fatigue, mood swings, and more cravings later in the day. Trans fats and industrial oils. Fast food is typically fried in cheap, highly processed oils, often vegetable oil blends made from soybean, corn, or canola. These oils are inflammatory when consumed in large amounts and linked to chronic diseases. What's worse, some fast foods still contain trans fats, even though they've been banned in many forms by the FDA. These fats increase bad LDL cholesterol, decrease good HDL cholesterol, raise the risk of heart disease and stroke. Even small amounts of trans fats, like those in commercial pies, cookies, or deep-fried items, can harm your arteries over time. Additives and preservatives. What are they doing? To make fast food taste fresh, even after weeks of transport and storage, the industry relies on chemical preservatives. Common ones include sodium nitrate nitrite, used in cured meats, BHA, BHT, preservatives found in oils and cereals, propyl gallate, used in sausage and frozen meals, TBHQ, found in fried foods, linked to immune dysfunction. Some of these additives have been linked to health concerns: hormonal disruption, hyperactivity in children, oxidative stress in cells, Potential carcinogenic effects in animal studies. While occasional exposure might not harm you, regular consumption over years, which is the case for millions of Americans, raises real red flags. Sodium overload, the hidden danger. Fast food is one of the biggest sources of excess sodium in the American diet. While the daily recommended intake is about 2,300 milliliters, many meals go far beyond that in just one sitting. For example, a Taco Bell combo with a burrito, taco, and soda equals 2,000 calories sodium. A Popeyes chicken sandwich plus fries equals 2,300 milliliters sodium. A Five Guys bacon cheeseburger equals 300 milliliters sodium before fries or drink. Excess sodium contributes to high blood pressure, increased risk of heart disease, fluid retention and bloating, kidney strain and risk of stones. What makes it worse is that most of this sodium doesn't come from the salt shaker. It's built into the product during manufacturing. Hormones, antibiotics, and the meat supply. One of the more controversial elements of fast food is its meat sourcing. In order to meet massive demand, large chains rely on industrial meat farms that often use growth hormones to speed up animal growth, antibiotics to prevent disease in crowded facilities, genetically modified feed. Residues from these practices can enter the food chain. While the levels are regulated, some scientists worry about long-term effects, including antibiotic resistance in humans, endocrine disruption, inflammatory responses in the gut. That's why some restaurants have begun offering antibiotic-free or organic options, but many still do not. How this affects your body. All of these ingredients, sugar, salt, chemicals, and fats, don't just affect your weight, they impact your entire system. Gut health. Processed foods reduce microbial diversity, which affects immunity and digestion. Mental health. Studies link high fast food consumption to increased risk of depression and anxiety. Hormonal balance. Blood sugar spikes and inflammatory oils can affect insulin, cortisol, and even sex hormones. Energy and sleep. Processed meals disrupt natural energy cycles and contribute to poor sleep quality. Over time, the cumulative effects of these ingredients can lead to a cascade of health issues, many of which start silently and build slowly. The illusion of healthy options. Many fast food chains now offer healthier choices: salads, wraps, grilled items. But beware of health washing. A few things to look out for. Salads drenched in creamy dressing can have more fat than a burger. Grilled chicken might still be marinated in sugary sauces. Low-calorie wraps often have high sodium and additives. Smoothies can contain more sugar than a milkshake. The key is to read nutrition info and look beyond buzzwords like fresh, light, or wholesome. Building awareness and making better choices. Knowing what's in your food gives you power. It helps you move from reactive eating to intentional nourishment. Here are a few tips. Check nutrition labels online before ordering. Most chains list ingredients now. Go for simple. Choose meals with fewer sauces, no deep frying, and basic whole ingredients. Balance your day. If you do eat fast food, balance it with vegetables and water at other meals. Cook at home when possible. Even simple home meals are often healthier than drive-through choices. Educate your family. Talk about what's in food, especially with kids, so they grow up with awareness. In the final section, we'll explore how you can break free from the fast food cycle, one realistic step at a time, without guilt, stress, or perfectionism. Section 5. Taking back control. After everything we've covered, from the science of addiction to targeted marketing and the hidden ingredients in fast food, you might be wondering, what now? The truth is, you don't need a perfect diet to live a healthier life. You just need clarity, consistency, and small steps that add up over time. This section is all about empowering you with tools, mindset shifts, and daily habits to help you take back control without shame, stress, or overwhelm. Let's begin. Start where you are. If fast food is currently a big part of your lifestyle, you're not alone. It might be your lunch break go-to, your comfort after a long day, or the easiest option when feeding a family. The first step isn't to feel guilty, it's to notice. Start by asking yourself, how often am I eating fast food each week? When do I crave it most, and why? What emotions or triggers are involved? Awareness is the foundation of change. Once you understand your habits, you can begin to shift them, gently and gradually. The power of a plan. One of the best ways to reduce fast food reliance is by having a backup plan. Try this. Prep ingredients in bulk, roasted veggies, boiled eggs, cooked grains. Keep emergency meals in the freezer, things like homemade soups or burritos. Stock grab-and-go snacks, nuts, fruit, protein bars. Meal plan on Sundays. Even 2 to 3 dinners makes a huge difference. When healthy food is easy and accessible, you're far less likely to fall back on drive-thrus out of desperation. Upgrade. Don't overhaul. A helpful mindset is, don't quit fast food cold turkey. Just make better choices where you can. Examples of small upgrades. Instead of a double cheeseburger, try a grilled chicken sandwich. Skip the fries and add a side salad or fruit cup. Choose water or unsweetened tea instead of soda. Ask for sauce and dressing on the side. Order smaller portions, a junior burger over a large combo. These changes might feel minor, but over time, they compound. Your energy, digestion, and cravings will begin to shift. Rebuild taste buds and cravings. Your palate isn't fixed, it adapts. The more you eat real, whole foods, the more your body begins to crave freshness instead of salt, sugar, and grease. Here's how to support that shift. Eat protein and fiber at every meal to stabilize blood sugar. Add herbs, lemon, and spices to meals to satisfy your senses. Experiment with healthy versions of your favorite takeout, like air-fried potatoes, lettuce-wrapped burgers, or homemade tacos. And when you do have fast food, enjoy it mindfully. Eat slowly, savor the flavors, and notice how it makes you feel afterward. Over time, your body will guide you toward what truly nourishes it. Redefine comfort and reward. For many of us, fast food is more than food. It's a ritual, a reward, or a way to feel comforted. If we remove it without replacing it, we feel deprived. That's why it's important to create new comfort habits. A cozy meal at home with candles and music. A weekly tradition of cooking with friends or family. Non-food rewards like a walk, a massage, or a new book, journaling, meditation, or stretching after a stressful day. You're not giving up pleasure, you're redirecting it to something more sustainable. Use technology to your advantage. We live in a digital age, and it can actually support your goals if used intentionally. Here are some helpful tools. Meal planning apps like MeLime or Paprika, healthy food delivery services. Many now offer clean, whole food options. Nutrition label checkers like Yuka or Fooducate, YouTube channels with 10-minute healthy recipes, grocery pickup or delivery to avoid impulse buying. These tools help you automate healthy choices, especially on busy days. Cultivate a supportive environment. Your health journey doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's influenced by your social circle, home, and habits. Try this. Tell a friend or family member what you're working on. Cook one healthy meal together each week. Keep tempting foods out of sight at home. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Follow social media accounts that inspire healthy eating. Support makes the journey more joyful and far more sustainable. Know that slips are part of the process. You will have days where fast food wins. Days where you're too tired, too stressed, or just craving that burger. And that's okay. Health isn't a straight line. It's a daily rhythm of small choices. One fast food meal doesn't undo your progress. What matters is your next choice, and the one after that. Instead of all or nothing, adopt an 80-20 mindset. Eat nourishing foods 80% of the time. Allow flexibility 20% of the time. Listen to your body, not guilt. This creates a lifestyle, not a diet, and that's what lasts. Final words of encouragement. If you've made it this far, take a moment to pause. and feel proud. Awareness is the first step. Courage is the next, and you're already on your way. Here's what I want to leave you with. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Every home-cooked meal, every skipped soda, every moment of mindfulness, it all counts. Over time, your body will thank you, your energy will rise, and your relationship with food will shift from struggle to strength. Wind down. Let's recap. Over the last 5 sections, we've explored the obesity epidemic and how fast food plays a central role. The science of addiction behind sugar, fat, and flavor engineering. The marketing machine, targeting kids and vulnerable communities. The hidden ingredients that affect our bodies at a cellular level. Empowered solutions for reclaiming your health and eating with intention. Remember, healthcare is a daily journey. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. If you found this video useful, please share it with someone you love. And don't forget to subscribe to Daily Energy to be a companion on your health journey every day. Tell us in the comments, what's one small change you're ready to make this week? We'd love to hear your story. Stay well, stay aware, and keep your energy strong.